Ferdinand Waititu is going home, and there is nothing he can do about it because the system has decided that Baba Yao must go home. And I want to ask you a very simple question. Is Ferdinand Waititu the only corrupt governor in this country? The answer is no. And as a matter of fact, Ferdinand Waititu is corrupt. But there are even more corrupt governors in this country. But the system decided to punish Ferdinand Waititu because of the sins and omissions committed by the Deputy President William Samoei Ruto. I'm saying this because there's a clear pattern here. Rashid Echesa went home. Mwangi Kiunjuri went home. And Ferdinand Waititu is literally going home.
Okay, boss. You got this. Okay, boss. You have this. Boss, you have this. You got to scream.
Baba yao. Ataenda ako sawa. The way ameshapita.
And Waititu had only one hope, that the Senate was going to save him. Because the Senate had saved the Embu governor, Governor Wambora. And he also believed that the Senate was going to save him because William Ruto controls the Senate. And that's why, sometimes back, Ferdinand Waititu was very clear that he fears nobody.
Na Biblia imesema vizuri sana. Maadui watakuja kama wameshikana. Mungu atawatawanyisha na njia 7. Na hao watawatawanyika na njia ngapi? Si ndio? Wanadanganyana huko kwa Facebook na kila pahali. Ati wasichana wangu wako na account ati iko na mamilioni na ni uongo. Bali sincere. Macho ni mahali madhari. Kuna maneno kama hiyo. Hiyo maneno yote ni uongo. Wanasema ati niko na account sijui 50 na hiyo yote ni uongo. Kwa sababu wanaona mimi niko ndani ya takataka na mimi siwezi fuata Raila kwa nguvu. No, hakuna mtu anaweza divorce. Kwa sababu mimi naogopa Mwenyezi Mungu na uji moto peke yake. Duniani hii. Hiyo peke yake. Mimi, Mungu na uji moto. Na uji moto, si ndio?
But the Senate yesterday voted, to his surprise, to approve the impeachment by the County Assembly of Kiambu, or the Kiambu County Assembly. And I was personally shocked by the outcome. Let me just show you how these guys voted, because it's very important. In the first count, which was violating the constitution, 27 senators voted to impeach Baba Yao. 27. But 12 voted against it. So it means 12 of the 39 supported Waititu in the first motion. In the second one, which was second count, which was the governor was accused of violating national laws. Now 28 instead of 27, but only 11 now opposed. Then the third one was also to remove the governor. Again, 28 governors, 28 senators voted to remove Ferdinand Waititu. That tells you something. That the voting pattern in parliament took a political angle. We're going to go into that in details. But let's just see, let me just take you through how these guys voted. Let me just pick, I'm just looking for the way they voted. Let me just get how they voted. Specific. This is how they voted. I just want to show you the people who voted to support Ferdinand Waititu. There was the Nandi senator, Samson Cherargei. He supported Waititu. Then there was Aaron Cheruiyot. That's the Kericho senator, voted to support. There was Hagura Godana, that's Marsabit, voted to support. Then there was Susan Kihika, voted to support. There was Langat Christopher Andrew, the Bomet senator, voted to support. Then there was Linturi Mithika of Meru, voted to support. Then there was Loitiptip Anwar of Lamu, voted to support. And there was Kipchumba Murkomen, voted to support. Then there was Deritu Kenywa, voted to support. That's like Laikipia. If you go deep into this list, you'll realize there was also Moses Wetangula, who also voted to support Waititu. And Moses Wetangula's support to Waititu confirms that Wetangula is part and parcel of Team Tangatanga. And that's why initially when they met, remember Ford Kenya initially met, when Nyoro started working with Ruto, they met and resolved to support to expel Nyoro from the party. Nyoro reminded them that the first person they should deal with, expel, was Wetangula, because Wetangula was also going there at night. So this one basically confirms that. But from this list, there are only 2 senators who are not from Rift Valley who voted. There was Anwar of Lamu was a 54% senator, for those who remember. Then there was Marsabit senator. I don't know that guy. But the rest are from Rift Valley. And there was also this guy from Laikipia, John Kinywa. For those who remember, when Mwangi Kiunjuri was fired, the only elected leader who accompanied him to the press was the senator for Laikipia, which means this guy is also a key ally of the Deputy President William Samoei Ruto. So that's how those guys voted. But there's something we can learn from that voting pattern. But apart from that, the second thing, which is also very clear, was how the Gazette notice was printed by the Kenya printer. It took only one hour after that voting, and this thing was, and the motion was gazetted. So it means the system was just ready for the MPs to act. Then they gazette it at night, 1 hour later, so that by the morning, it's already gazetted. So once it's gazetted, it means a new governor can be sworn in. And by early morning, a judge had been assigned to go and preside over the swearing in of the new governor for Kiambu County, James Nyoro. So basically what this means is that if Ferdinand Waititu and his team are planning to go to the Supreme Court, they'll go when already a new governor has been sworn in office. So basically that's how the system is working. They don't want to take any chance. They don't want to be ambushed with a court order stopping that swearing in. Because the only hope now for Waititu is the Supreme Court. And I know probably his team will go through that. But why is this impeachment of Ferdinand Waititu important, politically speaking? Why is it important? who is going to gain and who is going to lose. And in my view, I want to strongly believe that Ferdinand Waititu is suffering because of his support to the Deputy President William Samoei Ruto. The system is out to destroy William Ruto. Those who live in lies can still bury their heads in the sand. But from all this Ferdinand Waititu case up to now, because even at the county assembly, it is alleged they didn't meet the threshold. But we are now here. So what message is President Uhuru Kenyatta sending out to his deputy? Number one, I think the president is keen on debunking this notion that he doesn't control the the parliament and the Senate. And that basically explains why we had 27 senators voting to support the impeachment, and only 11. And out of those 11, if you follow them, they are very close allies of the deputy president. Basically, majority of them from Rift Valley. Let's count those coming from Rift Valley or Kalenjin. There is the Nandi senator, there is the Nandi senator, there is the Bomet senator, there's the Kericho senator, then there is which other county? There's the Laikipia senator. In fact, it was in Gishu, William Ruto's home turf, Kamar did not vote. Voted to impeach Waititu. So basically the message is now clear. That the Deputy President William Ruto doesn't command support at the Senate. So that one is done and dusted. So what these guys the system is waiting for is in the National Assembly. They want to test the strength of the DP at the National Assembly. And this is coming very soon, by the way. Because the names, when Mwangi Kunjuri was fired, he was replaced. And we're going to see how the parliament, whether the parliament are going to approve the two names, Mutahi Kagwe and Betty Maina. If the parliament will approve those names, the two names, then it means even at the National Assembly, the DP doesn't have control. That's number one. Number two, I think the president is keen on his fight against corruption and is sending this message to the deputy president and his allies. Remember, these are the only guys who have been opposed to the fight against corruption. Sonko, the Nairobi governor, is going. And it will just follow the same script. The Laikipia governor, sorry, not the Laikipia, the Samburu governor, Moses Leila Kulol, is likely to follow the same pattern. And Waititu is already on his way out. Why? Because of corruption. So the president is busy securing his legacy. Number three, I think it's all about Jubilee politics. And I want to state it very clearly and very briefly that Jubilee as a political party is dead. If Jubilee was not dead, the president and the deputy president would have sat and agreed on how to deal with the issue of Ferdinand Waititu. So that agreement would have been that we are going to kick him out. And that would have meant Kipchumba Murkomen, as the majority leader, would have led the onslaught against Ferdinand Waititu. That did not happen. So Jubilee Party is dead. Number four, I think the president is also sending a message to those who care especially the governors, that the BBI train has left the station and that the handshake is strong. And anybody who tries standing on the way of the handshake and the building bridges initiative will be crushed. And that's why these guys are being crushed. So after the incident, after this Waititu's impeachment, I can assure you, all the governors are going to support the building bridges initiative. All of them, including those from William Ruto's stronghold, they are going to support. Because you'll be impeached and nothing will happen. Your deputy will take over and life will go on. Just like the president said, Kenya must move on. I don't know what you think. But for me, I strongly believe that Waititu has been impeached because of William Ruto. And because of political objectives, which I highlighted above there, is also why he has been kicked out. And if you're bumping on this video for the first time, I want you to just do me one favor. Just take a second or two and hit the subscribe button, so that next time we produce a video like this, you get notified. And to the subscribers, I want to continue. Thank you guys for your continued support. And by the way, today I have flu, so I think my voice is not coming out very clearly. So you'll excuse me, I have a bit of flu because of change of weather here. I don't know. Thank you guys, and may you please have a good day.